Hey y'all, my name is Faith and today I wanted to share a little bit of advice about being a Christian in college to anybody out there who is a Christian going into college or you're currently in college. And here are some things I wish someone told me and things I wish I knew going into college. So number one is get involved in a Christian group on campus or off campus. This is so important, I feel like, if you want to even maintain any bit of your faith, because it is really easy to just bow to peer pressure in college. And also, I feel like if you're going away from home, you're not really surrounded by the people. If you went to church, you're not really surrounded by other believers a lot in college. The majority of people on campus, unless you're going to a Christian university, and even then, who knows, are Christians. So get involved in a group on campus. You're gonna meet some really great friends. And I know for me personally, I got involved with an organization called Crew, and it really helped me to maintain my faith and to learn more about God. I made some amazing friends who are still my friends today, and I just felt like it was really, when I think about college, I think about Crew because it was so influential in my life, and I actually worked for them for a year after I graduated. So I would definitely say get involved in a Christian group on campus, and if you're not there's not a lot of groups on campus, then get involved in a group off campus, and it's going to really help you to be around other believers who are your same age, and you're just going to learn more about God, and you're going to feel less isolated on campus, where it's really easy to feel like you're the only Christian on campus, or I don't know, that you might feel crazy sometimes for believing about God. At least I did. So get involved in a Christian group. So number two is kind of like number one, but surround yourself with other Christians. Again, it can be really easy to feel isolated and just like, I don't know, you bow to peer pressure in college. So who you hang around with is like who you're going to become. So make sure you're hanging out with the right people. So the Bible says that bad company corrupts good morals or good character. So you want to make sure that who you're hanging out with are Christians who have good morals. And I'm saying specifically with good morals because some Christians don't. So make sure you're like really figuring out who you're going to hang out with, and try to hang out with Christians. Make that your main group. You can hang out with other non-Christians, I think, but like your main group, if you really want to, I think, like thrive in your Christian walk, I think they really should be Christians, because that's just who you're going to become. Number three, just specifically to the Christian girls out there, don't chase the boys. I chased so many boys in college. Like every week there was a new guy, and I wasted so much of my time like on these guys. Here's a little tip. If a guy likes you, he's gonna like ask you out, or you're gonna know. And I had this idea in my mind that these people liked me when they literally did nothing. So I just wasted so much of my energy and my time on guys who didn't like me. So don't do that. Don't chase the boys. Let them chase you. You are worthy of like being chased. Number four, so I don't even really know if this is like advice, but if he asks you out, he likes you. You don't have to constantly second guess and think like you have to be someone else and you have to fit this mold. Like if a guy likes you and he asks you out, like he likes you, you don't have to second guess that. Number five is don't change your morals just so people will like you. People, I have found, will respect you a lot more if you stick to your morals. So stick to your boundaries. Like if you're going into college and you're like, I'm not going to do this, then stick to that. You don't have to bow to pressure so people will like you. I found that a lot of people, might not even actually like the people that are fitting in with them. So just be yourself. It's a lot easier and better, and you're gonna love yourself and like love your experience so much more if you're just being yourself. I know I tried to change myself a lot during college, and by the time I was done, like I didn't even recognize myself, and it wasn't necessarily even in a bad way. I feel like I changed myself so that way guys could like me. And when I was over with college, I was like, who even am I? I don't have any guys anymore. They're all gone. I would just really say, don't change your morals. I know it's really hard and really cheesy, but like, be yourself. People will respect you so much more if you are just yourself. And people can see through fakeness as well. So be your authentic self. Number 6 is don't compare yourself to other girls on campus. I really struggled with this on campus because, I mean, you're around so many other girls who are your same age from all over the world, and there's so many beautiful girls, and I would just like compare myself to all of them, and I would just felt like I wasn't enough. So don't do that. You have value because God says you have value, and like, girls can be pretty and you can also be pretty. So you know, it's not a competition of like who's gonna be the prettiest or who's gonna look the best. So just, again, like, be yourself. I know it's so much easier said than done, but I just feel like I wish someone would really had told me that and really talk to me about comparing myself to other women, because it's so freaking easy to do when you're in college. Number 7, this is gonna be a hard one, but don't get into debt. If you can avoid it, please. And like, you should avoid it, actually. I feel like people go into college and they don't really understand, and they just get debt because they think that's what they're supposed to do. But I regret having so much debt. When I went to Biola, it's a private Christian university, it was so expensive. I took out like a $38,000 loan, like it was nothing. And it was terrible because after you graduate college, you have all this debt and you're like, shoot, I can't just take whatever job I want. I have to like get a job that is gonna pay my bills. And I feel like it feels like you're enslaved to that debt. So the Bible even says like people who are in debt essentially are enslaved to their debtors. And so don't get into debt. Try to go to like a cheaper university, or try to take college courses while you're in high school if that's an option for you right now, or go to like a state school. I ended up having to transfer to a state school, which I'm so glad I did, because I was able to like work part-time and pay out of pocket for school, and I still got the college experience. It was still great. I don't regret it. So definitely don't get into debt. Don't even touch a credit card. No, do not even touch a credit card. You don't need that. Number 8 is a lot like money, with the money thing as well, and that is create a budget and stick to it. Oh my gosh, I was so poor in college. Like, I worked part-time, paid for school as well, but like, I did not keep a budget. I was so broke. I would go out to eat like every single day, and that is very expensive. So I think that it's a great time to learn how to create and keep a budget. So do that, and you will be so much better after you graduate from college. You're gonna know how to keep a budget. You're gonna have more money than a lot of people who graduate college with debt. So definitely start learning how to budget in college, and you won't be like me, who I literally had like $1 in my bank account and was like, how am I gonna eat today? Number 9 is make your bed and clean your room. Your roommates or your dorm mates or suite mates or whatever, they will appreciate it. Even if you're living alone, you should still do this. It's just like, it just will make your life feel more organized and put together. And I never made my bed or cleaned my room, and I feel so bad for the people I lived with, because they were like probably thinking like, this girl's a slob. So just don't do that. Be respectful to the space around you, and that's just like adulting 101 that you can start implementing out of college. Number 10 is don't look down on people in your hometown. I feel like I see this a lot when people go off to college, and I'm guilty of it as well, is when you go off to college, you think like, you're a grown-up or whatever now, and like, especially if you go to out of state or something, you kind of come back and you just think everything is so different here and all these people, they're the same. And I feel like it's easy to look down on people from your hometown, but like, I think for me, as I've grown older, I've realized like there's nothing wrong with staying in your hometown and, you know, living the life that you live there. There's really nothing wrong with it. I think that it can be easy for people to just look down on people and think like, oh, I'm so educated now and they never went to college or whatever. Don't do that. Don't be a jerk. Don't look down on people from your hometown. Everybody has value in this world, including people from your hometown who never went to college, who have never gotten out of their little community. It's okay. Number 11 is learn to cook real food. I lived off, the typical college student, I like lived off ramen and like the little canned ravioli. I had that all the time. So try to learn to cook real food. It's gonna save you so much money. Like, back to the money thing. You won't have to eat out every single day. It's gonna be healthier for you, and it's just like a good habit to start making when you're in college. So definitely try to learn how to cook. I think nowadays it's just like so accessible. You can look up YouTube, look at TikTok videos, like learn to cook something. And finally, call your parents if you can. Hopefully you have a good relationship with your parents. Hopefully they're still around, but remember that they're not always going to be around, and it can be easy to kind of forget them, especially if you're not living with your parents in college. And even if you do, it can be easy to like just go in and out and you like never talk to your parents, but your parents will not always be there. And I would just encourage you to continue a relationship with your parents if you can, and continue talking to them. Call them once a week at the very least. Sundays are usually my time to call my mom and my dad. So try to make a time to talk to your parents and talk to the people who raised you, or whoever it is that raised you. Just like call them up every now and then. Try to build relationships with people in your hometown or the people that you left, because they will keep you grounded. Seriously, it's so important. So that is my advice for Christian college students and just like college students in general. And I hope you guys like this video. I may make another video of like just specifically towards Christian universities or non-Christian universities. I don't know if that's something people like. Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!